our game, we have FEU to serve with Giselle C.
All right, here we go. First set between UE and FEU. Second round matchup for both teams right now. And as for those of you who just are following UAP volleyball just now or just tuned in, UE, of course, FEU, of course, playing with 10, 11 rookies.
Point for the Lady Warriors.
Transition phase for Coach Ness Pamilar. While UE on a 4-game losing streak after a couple of very, very good games for them, including the upset against Ateneo in the first round. But since then,
that's a point for
teams have wisened up to them and have really defended them well and gone on a 4-game losing streak today, coming into today's game. UE starting well here. 2, serving 0. Well, as this game progresses, let's not keep our audience hanging for those who didn't hear our conversation yesterday. And since we touched on it in the pregame about the team standings, right now LaSalle is at 7-0. But there might be some developments in the coming days.
It's a lucky
Wednesday, the UAAP board will deliberate on an issue that is hounding LaSalle right now. Let's just repeat our conversation yesterday, Anne, about what LaSalle is facing here.
Well, actually, it's not just LaSalle, I believe, but there are also other schools involved. But again, like what you said, no official statement yet. But as far as we know, there are, I think, 2 players involved from the LaSalle team who played in a different tournament as while UAAP is going on. So as we know in the rules, this is actually not allowed. So there was a violation that was made by the LaSalle team.
And the rule is those players and the games that they appeared in the UAAP will be forfeited if
FEU Lady Tamaraws.
they are found guilty of what is not allowed here in the UAAP volleyball tournament. Actually, in any sport for that matter. Let's listen to FEU first.
Rumisip muna kayo ng maayos. So maganda receive muna. Ngayon, G, misreceive, alanganin ba't kailangan iba ito ng mabilis? Itaas mo para makapwesto ang spiker. Kung bibilisan mo yung set, paano ito makakapalo yan? Wala sa posisyon. Ha?
Early timeout by FEU. They're down 0-6. Just to put a cap on that conversation, well, in the newspapers, the internet, online news, focus was on LaSalle, the 2 players that were suspected, not yet confirmed, alleged playing in other tournaments. And again, we clarify the rule is no UAP player is allowed to play in any other tournament, any other league of the same sport that they're playing in the UAAP, regardless of whether you're a starter, you're a bench player, you're part of the team.
Yes, that's right. But then again, just to reiterate, there still has not been any final word on it, so we don't know what how this will affect the standing of the teams involved.
That's right. That's why, according to the UAP board, the standings that you saw in our pregame still stand, meaning LaSalle is 7-0 and everybody else, UST 6-2 and everybody else still follows. The deliberation will be January 19, I believe Wednesday, this coming week. So we'll keep you posted. And of course, you can see facebook.com/ABS-CBN Sports or twitter.com/ABS-CBN Sports to get the latest on that controversy, issue, or whatever you want to call it. Which all the more makes all of these games in the second round more important, regardless of whether you're involved or not. Because if you're not involved,
you'll actually benefit from it.
Correct. Now, things are, if the team standings will change, I'm not saying they will. If Morada goes cross court, if they do change, there's a wide open race now. And the complexity and the dynamic going into the Final Four is going to be very different.
Right now, UE is off to a very good start.
Morada, the lone woman, girl who really carried this team against UP Although they did start off very well against UP in that first set. Everybody thought that set was going to FEU. UP coming back to win it. And as we said, went into 5 sets. FEU snatching their first win of the tournament. Back in a moment after this first technical timeout.
Are coming from a 3-game losing streak. Kamusta naman yung moral ng team?
Syempre bumaba, pero kinasap kami ni coach na iangat namin yung moral namin ngayong second round na ng game.
Okay, and kamusta yung confidence nyo to take on FEU today?
Hindi kami pwede mag-overconfident kasi tinalo ng FEU ang UP last game nila.
Tama. So ano palagay mo kailangan yung gawing mas mabuti para manalo ngayon?
Teamwork, tapos dagdagan namin yung defense at offense namin ngayong game.
Okay, thank you very much and good luck. That was Kite Rosale of the UE Lady Warriors.
Thank you, Jessica Mendoza, the third member of our broadcast team who will be doing both games today, including Patch Cansano. We'll hear from her later on. But first of all, thanks for correcting me, by the way. That's a 3-game losing streak, not a 4-game losing streak for the UE Lady Warriors. They are ahead, though, right now, 8-3. Go to the back line. Morada with that familiar hop. Longest rally of the game so far. They go back. Strong one. Sumbol.
Sumbol, of course, not one of the tallest, but very aggressive when it comes to offense.
Nice form. UE unable to handle that. Kimberly Dizon at the back line. So it's 4 serving 8. Nice serve. Konon. Kite. Athleticism just saving that play. Henson. Henson mistiming it. There you go to Morada. Nobody for coverage. Let's go back to Jessica Mendoza right now. Jet.
Despite having to start the second round on a bit of a low boom, the UE Lady Warriors are ready to play today. Granted, Coach Vanji De Jesus admits that their reception could improve a little bit more. She told me masyado silang relax sa receive, and veteran Kite Rosale is actually playing with a slightly injured shoulder as a result of a practice game with some of the male candidates of the national team. But Coach Vanji assured me towards the end of our interview, handa naman sila lumaban. Bumanan?
Si Kite, kahit saan mo talaga dalhin.
Oo, pwede.
Basketball player.
But, you know, that's how coaches normally do it. They usually have practice games with guys talaga to really push the women's team.
We got that last point earlier, getting the corner shot to go, 11-5. And Nebrida
Service
short
error
on the serve. 6 serving 11. Now we can talk to Patch Cansano. Go ahead, Patch.
Yes, FEU did get their first win for the season, and this is one thing that they've been waiting for, a break that they badly needed. Coach Nestor bluntly told me that after that game no Wednesday, their practices were different now. Bumalik na daw ang sigla nila, and there was a certain build-up on the girls' morale. So coming into the second round, Yui is one of those who slammed them on the ground, and we can recall that Morada was injured that time. She did not play in the first 2 sets, and when she entered the third, they did get that set, but Yui found their momentum already. Now that she's 100% okay, we are to expect her and the rest of the gang to focus on their floor defense and receives to get their winning tempo going. Bumanan?
Again, you have to remember, these are all very, very young players. Yung isang panalo, napakalaking bagay minsan sa kanila, no?
That's right. And I guess it's
outside point for FEU.
how do you say that? Parang it would change really the view of these players. Kung dati medyo negative na, they probably feel down. It's different. Just the same as UST, for example, yesterday. Nung nag-cheer yung crowd, you all of a sudden felt that change of energy. Unfortunately, it might have been too late already. But, you know, it really helps.
UST, of course, going down 2 straight losses against LaSalle and against Ateneo yesterday after winning 18 straight, going back to December of 2009. UST hampered also by a few injuries as again Rosale finding the cross-court kill to go. A bit of a cut shot for her too. Serving 10. And so one of the rookies.
Point for UE outside.
That last attempt, actually, that wrist action.
Yun nga, inaano ni Morade. Pinapalo niya yung ano niya, palad niya eh.
Reminding her the proper way to attack.
Morade has turned into really, a very vocal leader. I've never seen her like this, even
in the past.
Yeah, ito parang talagang almost every play she has something to say to her teammates. Amazing how she has turned into that role or has filled in that role. I like her intensity every game, It's hard for somebody like that who's used to winning. All of a sudden, you have a new batch of players. Nagtatatalo kayo. That's
Outside,
and then you're
point for the
intense
Lady
every game.
Tamaraws.
That takes a lot. That's very admirable.
She's really owning up to the responsibility and position that
Now
was given to
serving
her.
Dana Henson.
Talking to Henson prior to the serve.
She's the only senior there. So, alam mo yun, lahat ng motivation when they're already inside the court would have to come from her.
Leading by example and also by being very vocal. If you watch the game live here at the arena in San Juan, that's what you'll see her do every break of play. Vargas. Ponon goes to Dizon. She's in the front line now. That's out.
It's a point for UE.
Check ball.
Check ball. It's Kimberly Dizon.
You look at Rojas and Henson. Henson's not on the floor right now for FEU, but